Good morning, friends and travelers. This is Lisa with Someday Soon Travel. I'm aboard the Utopia of the Seas, and I'm currently right now I'm on deck 4 standing outside of the Royal Theater. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning on day 3. It was supposed to be our stop in Nassau today, but unfortunately the weather is not looking all that great, so they've reversed our schedule. And today's going to be our sea day, and tomorrow we're going to head into Nassau. I went up to deck 16 to try to start the tour up there, but it's quite windy up there. So we decided to switch things up. We came down to deck 4, and we're going to take you on a tour of the ship, and we hope you'll come along. Now, we have skipped decks 1 through 3. Deck 1 is basically the medical complex, and that's also where we got off the ship in Coco Cay yesterday. Deck 3 has some staterooms and a dining room, but since there's dining rooms on other levels, I figured we would start here on deck 4. Okay, so we're on deck 4 forward, and as you can see, this is the entrance to the Royal Theater, which spans 2 decks. It spans deck 4 and I believe deck 3. When you go in here at deck 4, there are stairs that you can take downstairs to the main portion of the theater. And then over here we have the Casino Royale non-smoking section. We'll just take a quick peek inside here. It's not very large, but it is someplace to go if you'd like to gamble and not have to smell the cigarette smoke. Okay, and we're coming up on the attic. The attic is where the adult comedy shows take place. Looks like tonight we have a show around 8 o'clock. And here we have Studio B. That is where you're going to go for your ice skating shows. And I believe I've also seen that they are having bingo in Studio B. We do have a box office right next door. And guess what? They sell popcorn before the shows. So we'll keep heading down this hallway. So as I said, we are on day 3 of our cruise. We've actually had quite a good time. I'll be honest, life has been stressful lately. I know you all understand that. It happens to everybody. And we really needed some time to relax. So we've been doing that. Yesterday we visited Coco Cay and we went to the beach club. And it was great. We laid on the loungers, had a drink, and enjoyed reading our books. We met some great people along the way. Okay, so now we're headed into Casino Royale. So it's a little smoky right now. I did walk through here last night, and it was quite a bit smokier at that time. But I've definitely experienced worse on other cruise ships as well as in Las Vegas. It's quite a large casino. All right, so as we exit the casino, we will come to the main dining room on deck 4, as well as the Royal Railway. Let's go into the main dining room and take a peek. So currently right now, brunch is being served on deck 3 in the main dining room on deck 3, which is another good reason we didn't stop down there. So far we've had 1 meal in the dining room. Our service was excellent. The food was great. It was fine. We had no complaints. Last night we ate at the Royal Railway, And I had heard some mixed reviews, so I was kind of on the fence about it, but we loved it. Would we do it again? We might, especially if the show was slightly different or the menu had changed, anything that would mix it up. We have heard they are now offering I believe, a bourbon tasting. So we would definitely be interested in something like that, although we're more wine people. So this is Utopia Station, and I think I got some footage last night of our name appearing on the screen, so I'll try and put that in here. And as you can see, it's currently closed, so we can't go inside. But I will point out that there are stairs on every level, and they're opposite the elevators. So we have elevators here, and then we have our main walkway where we came from. And then we have another bank of elevators and another staircase. Okay, so that's it for deck 4. We'll see you on deck 5. Okay, so here we are on deck 5. Behind us right now is another dining room, as well as entrances on either side of the ship to go to the outside walking track. So we're going to head into the Royal Promenade, and I will show you around. Here you have your port and shopping desk. And first up on our right is the pesky parrot. This place is just adorable, and it has been a lot of fun. Our family has spent quite a bit of time in here. On this cruise, we are traveling with my husband and 2 young adult children, and this has been a favorite of theirs by far. Love it. Tropic like it's hot. So over here we've got Brian. Brian is the resident parrot. I know, Brian. Be careful, you bite.
Relax, everyone. Enjoy yourselves. Your credit card statement won't come for another 2 or 3 weeks. Oh, yeah.
Another 2 or 3 weeks. Isn't that funny? Okay. So right here, this is the Rising Tide Bar. And currently it is up on deck 8 in Central Park. I believe it stays there until it opens. It's very quiet here right now, but I can promise you that during the day and in the evenings, it is loud on this deck. There is a lot happening. There's often music playing. They have nightly parties here. This is the Cafe Promenade. And across the way, we have our next cruise desk. So let's take a peek here. So when you come on board, make sure you stop over and get your picture in front of the Utopia of the Seas welcome sign and vintage vehicles. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a car person. I like looking at them, but I can't tell you what kind of car that was. Okay, so here we have Sorrento's. And across from Sorrento's is Bell and Barley Irish Pub. Go take a peek inside. Oh, my favorite little corner is right over here. It's a great spot to sit. You've got a view out at the promenade. You're right next to the musicians. Sorrento's can develop quite a long line, but I'm going to tell you, it moves so fast. It is open until 3 a.m., so that's where you're going to go for your midnight snacks. They do have some additional seating on the side here. So the American flag is new. I'm assuming there'll be some sort of military tribute today. And so what we're doing right now is we're passing the gift shops. They are currently closed, But this is where you would come and do all of your shopping. Starbucks is straight ahead. And this is Bolero's right here. Let's go take a peek inside. We haven't been in here yet, but it is lovely. Wow. It's so beautiful in here. Oh, isn't that cute? Great spot to come and take your photo. Oh, the back wall has the most beautiful tile work, as well as tufted leather sofas. Now that is somewhere I could sit and enjoy the night. And of course we have live music and a dance floor. We'll have to come check this out later today. Okay, so let's go across to Spotlight Karaoke. I love that they have a dedicated place for karaoke on this ship. They do offer family as well as adult only karaoke. It's not a huge venue, but there's still plenty of room. Okay, from here I think we can get a peek of the manta ray glass exhibit. There are, I believe, at least 2 more of them that go up higher. They're quite gorgeous. And being as the elevators have glass enclosures, you can see them as you're going up. Now again, we are back in the forward part of the ship, and the Royal Theater is straight ahead, as well as the elevator bay. We'll go around and take a look at the promenade from this angle. Oh, looks like we've got Name That Tune live tonight at 7:30 p.m. And you see those manta rays again? Take a peek at them. Wow. Okay, we will see you on deck 6. We'll find out. Okay, we have made it up to deck 6 forward, where we have the Vitality at Sea Spa and Fitness Center. As you can see, they're just opening up for the day. We're not going to go in at this time. I should have gone in on day 1 so I could have taken a tour. But you do have a really nice view of the Royal Promenade from here. Now, you cannot obviously walk through to deck 6 aft from here. So you either need to go down to the Royal Promenade, walk across, and take an elevator or the stairs up, or you have to walk through all of the cabins. So we will catch up with you at deck 6 aft. Okay, so we are now on deck 6 midship. We are right above the Royal Promenade. And to the right here, we have the Focus Photo Gallery, as well as Picture This Photo Studio and the Shore Excursion Desk. On the opposite side, we have the Schooner Bar, as well as the Crown and Anchor Society. So the Schooner Bar has been having live music in the evenings. They've also had trivia around 5 o'clock at night. You'll find the pianist playing here. This is so nice. We've walked through a few bars at this point, but I think this one might be my favorite. I'll be honest, this is my first time up here. We keep meaning to come up every night. It just hasn't happened yet. Look at the bar. Isn't that awesome? The Schooner Bar is one of those staples that you see on Royal Caribbean ships. Oh, we do have a sea pay machine here. Okay, so let's head to one of my favorite places, only because it's just so fun and lively, but the boardwalk. Now, like I said, it is windy out there, so we'll see how far we can go. Okay, so the artwork out here is kind of what seals it for me. It's just so fun and lively. These Royal Caribbean Trojan horses crack me up. There are notes, though, not to climb on them. And if you're not sure what your future holds, you can come over here to the Zoltar machine and he'll let you know. We do have some games here, but there is an arcade on one of the higher decks as well. And of course, the famous carousel, which is absolutely gorgeous. As you guys can see, it is a very cloudy day today. Something tells me we might get rain. Okay, so here we have the Boardwalk Doghouse. And if we continue up, we have Sugar Beach Candy Shop, as well as Johnny Rocket's Diner. Now, Johnny Rocket's Diner, breakfast is included. Lunch and dinner are an upcharge. And across from Johnny Rockets, we have Playmakers, Sports Bar and Arcade. Again, that as well is an upcharge. It's one of your specialty dinings. And this is where the slide comes out. So I believe you get on the slide, gosh, deck 15 or 16. And then we have our Aqua Theater. Let's go take a peek at that. I have yet to see it. I think the furthest I've come is the slide. We are scheduled for the Aqua show, I believe, tonight. So let's hope that the weather holds out, because this is one show I have been looking forward to. Wow. This is something, you guys. And we have the rock wall here as well, but you're going to enter that, I think, one deck up. Oh, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but there are fish painted on the ceiling, and it's quite impressive. Okay, so we have a climbing area here, but it's temporarily out of service. Here's another look at that slide where you come out of the abyss. Okay, so that's your tour for, what are we on now? Deck 6 aft. And we'll see you on the next deck. Okay, so we've bypassed deck 7, which is simply staterooms, and now we're on deck 8 aft, and here we have the music hall. Let's see if we can go inside. I'm not quite sure if it's open. Let's go take a peek. So this venue does span 2 floors. Again, we haven't been in here yet either, so I'm getting my first look at it with you guys, and wow, it is lovely. And the view, oh my goodness. Look at this, you guys. Okay, so here's my thoughts, being that we're just waking up on day 3 of our cruise. I can see why so many people do back-to-backs on this ship. 3 or 4 nights, it's not enough. It is not enough to take this whole ship in. I personally will definitely be back on the Utopia. My husband and I are Floridians, so it's not that far to port for us to hop on board. But I could see the appeal of booking a back-to-back for this cruise. Just making it a 1-week cruise, especially if you're coming from out of state. Okay. So now we're going to go to one of my favorite places on this ship, Central Park. My husband and I spent quite a bit of time out here last night. We enjoyed, um, I believe it's Enchanté. It is a guitarist from South America with a violinist from France, and they put on the most beautiful show last night. It's absolutely lovely in here. So over to our left, we have Chops Grill, which is another of your specialty dining offerings, as well as 150 Central Park. And here you see the Rising Tides Bar. So this is what we saw down below on Deck 5 in the Royal Promenade, and this is where it's parked for right now. It does rise up and down between Deck 5 and Deck 8. And then we have the Trellis Bar, and I will tell you, the Trellis Bar was very popular last night. There was nowhere to sit out here. Okay, so straight ahead we have Park Cafe, and if we go this way, we'll come to Izumi. You guys, this is just gorgeous. And they have these adorable statues everywhere. And I love this. They tell you what the trees are, what the plants are. So if you're into that kind of thing, so here we have the Izumi in the Park window where you can come and get your sushi rolls and bubble cones. And then we have the Izumi Hibachi and Sushi restaurant. You can just peek inside for a second. As you can see, it's not very big, so you do want to make your reservations early if you want to dine here. Okay. Let's go back out. You can see Park Cafe does a great business in the morning. So this is where we saw the violinist last night and the guitar player. They were right there, and they had seating set up. It was great. My husband and I loved it so much we said we would do it again, and we probably will. Again, that's a problem with being here only for 4 nights. You kind of find some favorites and you want to do them more than once, but there's so much to do that you don't want to miss out on anything as well. So I guess then all you have to figure out is, what do you want to get out of your vacation? For us, we need to relax. So the guitarist and violinist were exactly what we needed. So when we come through each of the elevator bays, you will see a map that tells you where everything is located. So you don't have to worry about trying to remember, especially when you're only here for a short period of time. Okay, and then these are the screens to select your elevator. Now here's something to know. You need to do it for each person in your party. So let's see, I'm gonna go to Deck 12. I'm gonna enter it once, and it tells me to go to elevator B. But if there's more than one person in your party, you're gonna wanna do that one time for each person. It's the way the elevators keep count of how many people they're assigning to the elevator. All right, I will see you up on Deck 12. Okay, so we have made it to Deck 12 aft. As you can see, if we look back, we have a view of Central Park. And here we have Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar. Let's head inside and take a peek. This is a very popular offering. This is one of your specialty dining restaurants. It's kind of dark in here, so you're not going to be able to see very well. Again, you have this rich vibe with leather couches and chairs, velvet chairs. The texture is great, and it does appear to be 2 floors. Yes. So here's the dining room. And you've got that great view as well as an outdoor patio. I can see why it's so popular. Okay, so that is it for deck 12. There is not a lot here. It's mostly staterooms. And we did skip decks 10 and 11. They are all staterooms. We'll catch up with you on the next deck. Okay, so here we are, deck 15 aft, and this is where we have the Mason Jar Southern Restaurant and Bar, as well as the Windjammer. Let's see if we can take a peek in here. So cute. Not sure if it's open. Let's go take a peek. Hi. It's so cute in here. Wow. We'll let them work, but we just took a little peek inside. My camera has decided that it's got a mind of its own right now. All right, so next to the Mason Jar, we have the Windjammer, and of course this takes up the whole back of the ship. It is two sides. And you've got your musical entertainment and your washy-washy stations. So the buffet is the same on both sides, and they do have themed evenings. Last night was Caribbean. So we have international flavors on this side. The opposite side has a bakery and some house favorites. There is plenty of seating here. As you can see, there's multiple stations. So this is what it's like breakfast time. I'd say it's probably around 7:30 now on our sea day. So as you see, it's not very crowded. Now on boarding day, if you're a lobster fan, you definitely want to make an appearance at the Windjammer because on boarding day, they do have lobster. As you can see, there's plenty of tables, complete with window seats. It does go all the way around, so there's more seating in the back, and then it brings you to the opposite side from both directions. We'll take a peek at some of the favorites. It's not very crowded over there. Looks like we have salmon bagels. Oh, I see chocolate croissants. Those are a favorite of mine. I might have to come back. So we didn't go there, but out the back side of the Windjammer, you will find a kids' playground area. It's quite fun, and on day one, there was quite a few kids out there who were having a great time. And let's go this way. I'm exploring this part of the ship with you for the first time. While I've been to Windjammer, I haven't been this direction. I'll be honest, I don't know where I am right now. If this is part of the Windjammer, I totally missed it before. And I believe it is. So that's good to know because there's not a lot of people on this side. Look at the details on this wall. It's so cute. That's exactly what it is, you guys. We're right back in the Windjammer. So make a note of that. If you're facing aft, on the right side, there's an entrance to a little dining room. Now, it does look like here they can close this off, so it might only be open when it's busy. But I know exactly where I'm going to be sitting from now on. So the day we got on, we wanted to explore the ship and figure out where everything was. And I'll be honest, it was so cold. It was probably about 52 degrees when we boarded. And as Floridians, that is burr. So we didn't make it very far that day. We ended up doing a little bit of exploring and then hunkering down and waiting for our cabins to be ready. And of course we did get up really early as well to make the drive from the Tampa Bay area. For anyone who's ever driven between Tampa and Orlando, you know that it can take a lot longer than you expect. When we first moved here 14 years ago, it was a 1 hour and 10-minute drive from our home to the Disney World parking lot. Our most recent trip to Disney World took us 3 hours. Okay, so you get a little bit of a view of the outside. You can see Central Park from here. And let's give it a whirl, you guys. Let's try going outside. If it's too windy, we will call it, and I'll try to film it for you another day. But let's give it a shot. Okay, so here's another spot we haven't tried yet. You've got this food truck. So make sure when you're hanging out poolside. Here, let's try to get a better angle. So this is the spare tire. It seems to only be open for a couple hours during the day. As you can see, it's quite windy. But this pool looks so inviting. I think my favorite are the chairs in the water. And you've got stadium seating over here. Let's see, take a walk around. Guys, I don't know what is going on, but my camera has totally decided to completely realign itself. We're just going to try to work with it instead of stopping and starting. So let's take a peek over here. So we've got this stadium seating area. And then we have the lime and the coconut bar. And as you can see, there is a screen. Okay. Let's see what else we can go find on this deck. Here we go. The lime and the coconut. And again, we're on deck 15. But lime and coconut does go to deck 16 as well, so you have 2 floors to choose to get your beverages. All right. Okay, so we have another pool on this side. And plenty of chairs. What I like is the options for seating. You've got regular chairs as well as lounge chairs. And you've got your hot tubs. And your water slides. Got one on this side, and it looks like 2 more on the opposite side. We're going to go to the opposite side of the pool so we can look at the water playground, which does look to be closed off right now. I don't know if it's for hours or if something else happened, but we can still take a peek at it. Everything is very wet up here, so I'm not sure if it rained. It must have. While it's humid, I can't imagine the humidity would have caused this much moisture. This looks like a lot of fun for the young ones. And it looks like we have area for the smaller kids as well as the bigger kids, which is great. Something for everyone to enjoy. Okay, so this is interesting. They put down some sort of mat on the floor, an anti-slip mat. Okay, so the wind is blowing right now, and you can feel the water blowing on you. That could be why the floor is wet. Could just be because it was so windy. When you look out the window out at sea, it doesn't look that bad. But you sure feel it walking around on the decks. Okay, so up ahead here, it looks like we're coming to the view bar and the solarium. Again, I haven't made it this far on the ship prior to making this video. Now, my kids have spent quite a lot of time in the solarium and they love it. This was our plan where to spend our day today. I don't know if you can tell that wind's blowing, but it is. So here's the view bar. This is open air. Ooh, boats are moving here. You've got multiple seating options. And we definitely have a beautiful view from here. Wow. This would be the perfect spot for sunrise or sunset. I'm gonna have to make a note of that and come back here tonight. I would imagine getting here early is gonna be key so you can get a seat. And let's head into the solarium. Okay, so this is an adults only 18 plus area. Something to keep in mind for those traveling with younger children. You're definitely protected from the elements in here. You do have this glass roof. I love the sculptures. We have a hot tub on our left. And just plenty of seating. There is a solarium bar. You can get your drinks while you're relaxing. Look at these great seating areas, as well as loungers. It's another one of those statues. Okay, and this is the solarium pool. It's a little different. It's more of a pool for sitting than swimming. I don't know if you can see it. You've got to go down some steps to get into it. It's a wading pool. And there's multiple levels to it. So it looks like this main level you access from where I'm standing right now, but if you want to access the lower levels, you have to go even lower. I hope I'm making sense. But there looks to be 3 or 4 different elevations in here. Oh gosh, you guys, this camera. I'm gonna have to probably stop it and restart it. Okay. We have another hot tub over here on the left. Okay, so here we are. We are at the main entrance of the Solarium Bistro. This is the restaurant that you can exit from straight into the solarium. This is your alternative to the main dining room. It is included, and it has a Mediterranean flair. Let's just take a quick peek. It is a buffet, but smaller and more intimate. Got some great sitting areas in here. And you have a view out to the solarium. Okay, so that is it for deck 15. We'll see you on the next deck. Okay, so deck 16 forward brings us to Hooked Seafood. Wow, the coastal aesthetic is impressive, even with the blue doors. They're definitely setting the vibe for what to expect when you come in here. I'm not a seafood person, but just the decor in here makes me want to dine here. So we'll just take a quick peek. Okay, so you do get some noise from the Solarium Bistro down below. I'll take you over to the railing and you can see down. So just keep that in mind if you're dining here at night, that there may be some noise down below. It might not be the quietest restaurant, so if you're looking for something a little bit more intimate, this might not be what you want. Now from here, we can go either right or left, and it will take us outside. Believe it or not, guys, this is where I started this video today. And I wanted to start and go from the top down, but when I went outside earlier, it was so windy, you couldn't hear a thing. My hair was whipping all over the place. I actually had to go back to my cabin and try to fix my hair a little bit. So I looked like Doc from Back to the Future. It was crazy. Looks like it's calmed down a little bit right now, at least it seems so. So we'll take a walk up here. You might be hearing a little bit of the wind now, but it is a little bit calmer than earlier. We'll just stay a little bit away from the railing and that will help. So you've got these great cabanas that you can rent. So if you're looking, they're called casitas. So if you're looking for a place to set up camp for the day and you want a little bit more of a comfortable experience, that might be for you. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's really blowing. Up ahead here, I can show you the view down below. So I came up here on the first day and I got to speak to one of the workers who was from Asia, and he was so charming. We had such a great conversation. He was laughing because he said I was the only one brave enough to come out on the deck the first day. But like I said, you guys, I was trying to get a lay of the land. But unfortunately, the cold and the wind drove me back inside with everyone else that first day. So here's the lime and the coconut again. And we get this amazing view of deck 15 and the pool areas. It's something, you guys. I mean, I know it's a big ship, But the amount of space there is for everyone to spread out, they've done a good job. They really have. Okay, so here we have our casita check-in. So keep that in mind. And we have views of the pools on the opposite side. This is here at the Lime and the Coconut. Okay. Let's walk around to the other side. So where we're at right now is that stadium seating area that I showed you from down below. So we've basically made our way back aft. Now, El Loco Fresh is here on deck 16. It does have limited hours. I believe yesterday it was like 11 to 5. We'll head that way. This is going to be your option for quesadillas, tacos, burritos. I saw a great meme the other day. It was cracking me up. It talked about modern women, how we love to make sourdough, raise chickens, do our own canning, but yet we need our tacos as well. So this is the arcade. And I'm actually planning on coming back here. I don't know why. I feel like being a little kid. But it's got some great things for adults and children. And it's a pretty big space. Okay. You can access that from the deck, as well as the elevator bay on deck 16. But we're gonna head back outside and go look at El Loco Fresh. Okay. So here we are at El Loco Fresh. It is not open yet, obviously it's morning time, although I think they're missing out. They could totally do breakfast tacos. Good morning. And this leads us back to the sports court area. Now, back here, they've got the cutest putt-putt I think I've seen at sea. There is a bar as well. They do have mini golf competitions. We've seen them on the schedule, I think, every day. My husband's a bit competitive, so he keeps saying he's going to come. I'm just afraid it's going to be all kids, and, well, he probably won't let them win. But as you see, it is really, really cute. And there's tons of families out here. And guys, it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning, or it might be right around 8 o'clock. But it is just so cute. Oh, look, here in this clamshell is where you get your putt-putts, as well as your balls and scorecards and pencils. It's just adorable. Okay, so I'm going to show you the deck below from here. See if we can find a spot. That's where you're going to reach the abyss, the slide, which goes all the way down. What did we decide? That was deck 6. We will be riding that hopefully later today. Look at the great viewing you've got of the back of the ship, of the water. They've got these nice tall Adirondack chairs. And you can also see the playground that's down on deck 15. It's got some great areas, including slides. Okay. Look at that view. Okay, so let's go to my husband's favorite place, and that's the basketball court, which I believe is also where they play pickleball. And so they do have pickleball throughout the day, also dodgeball. And for those in the 18 to 25-year-old range, they do have organized get-togethers on the cruise. And one of them is glow-in-the-dark dodgeball, which honestly, this 40-something, I can say that for a few more months, this 40-something would love to play glow-in-the-dark dodgeball. I think for us Gen Xers, that brings us back to our youth. Those gym class dodgeball games. Let's go get a peek at that sports court. Looks like they are playing pickleball right now. At least one gentleman is. Oh, and there's table tennis as well. And what I love is it's enclosed. So you don't have to worry about your ball going out unless I guess you hit it too high. Let's take a peek in there. You have 3 table tennis tables. Ping pong, another Gen Xer favorite. I don't know about you, but it seemed like a lot of my friends had ping pong tables growing up. It says lace up for adventure. Athletic shoes must be worn on the sports court. No Crocs, sandals, flip-flops, or bare feet. I'm going to tell you also, that encompasses laser tag, which they offer down, I believe, at Studio B. I personally did not realize that, didn't really think about it, but my family won't be doing that because my daughter and I did not bring closed-toed shoes, or at least I didn't. My daughter may have. Okay, you guys, well, that is deck 16. Now, deck 17 and 18, I believe that's suite guests only. We can see if we can find, oh, look, you got this great area on the side of the ship. Lots of seating. You do get the breeze coming through, which is great. Oh, I just noticed the wall decor. It's outer space. Okay, I will pick you guys up at the next location. Okay, we've just come inside from the sports court, and here we have Social 100, which is exclusively for ages 13 to 17. Let's see if we've missed anything else here on deck 16. I think we have probably covered it. Here's a sign. We've been to the sports zone. Oh, the flow rider. It was out there somewhere. We missed it. The Ultimate Abyss, the Playscape. Oh, I think the flow rider is down actually on 15, but you can get to it from 16. So you just go where the Ultimate Abyss is, and that's where it was at. Starboard side was the arcade, A Loca Fresh, and Cantina Fresca. So we have hit all of the spots here on deck 16. Okay, we have come up to deck 17. Now, deck 17 is for the suites. You have the suite lounge and the coastal kitchen up here, which is exclusively for the use of suite guests. But I figured I would just at least come up and show you what I could. And this does include deck 18, as you can see above, which is all for suites as well. I don't know that we're going to get to go very far, but you at least get a little bit of an understanding of what it's going to be like if you were a suite guest. I can tell you it feels very luxurious and it smells amazing up here. So it does look like you have to scan a card to get past this area. Okay, I think that my next visit here might include a suite stay. All right. Okay, as you can see from my hair, it is quite windy outside, but I appreciate you coming along for this tour of the Utopia of the Seas. As you guys know, or may not know, I am a travel advisor. I'm not a professional YouTuber, but I am making an effort to learn how to create videos so that I can bring you guys the most in person and up to date information I can. While I'm not a public speaker, I'm working on that as well. So again, if you have made it through this entire video, I thank you for staying with me. And if I can help you to plan your next vacation, I hope you'll reach out to me. I would love to work with you, whether you're planning your cruise, a European river cruise, or you want to go on a theme park adventure. And I have said this before, but midlifers, theme parks are for you too as well. If you are a Disney adult or a Universal fan, go for it. Have a great time. But if you would like to know more about Utopia of the Seas, or you want to consider booking yourself on a Utopia of the Seas trip, reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you, answer any questions you might have, share my experience. I'm here to help you, I'm here to serve you, and I hope that you guys are living out those dreams that you have always put off for someday, because someday's not guaranteed to any of us, but we all do have today. So reach out, make that connection, and I look forward to talking to you about your next cruise vacation. Have a great day.